Welcome to today's class. In today's presentation, we are looking at mapping and function, and we are looking at inverse of a function. In my previous video, we have looked at composite function. Let's look at the concept of inverse of a function. To find the inverse of a function, you have to make x the subject of the relation. We have question on the board here. Let's look at how we can solve this question together. The question read, two functions f and g are defined by f such that x is mapping to half of x plus 1 and g such that x is mapping to 5x minus 1 divided by 3. We are asked to find Roman numerals 1, the g inverse of x, Roman numerals 2, the g inverse of f of x. Let's look at how we can solve this. First thing to do, we'll write down the solution. Let's get our f of x first from the question, which is half of x plus 1. Very important. Then our g of x will now be equals to 5x minus 1 divided by 3. Very important. Okay, so first question, we are asked to find the inverse of g of x. We can write it as this, g of x, and g inverse of f of x. We can write it like this. Okay, to find the inverse of g of x, we have to first of all let g of x to be equals to y, because y is a function of x. Y is a function of what? X. It means in place of this g of x, we put y will now be equals to 5x minus 1 divided by 3. And we have to make x the subject of the relation here. We can divide this by 1 and cross multiply. That will be 1 times 5x minus 1. That will be 5x minus 1 will be equals to 3y. We are trying to make x the subject of the relation now. This will be 5x will be equals to 3y. This is minus 1. Crossing the equal sign, it will be plus 1. We can divide both sides by 5 at this point. X now will be equals to 3y plus 1 divided by 5. At this point, we have to let x to be equals to g inverse rather, g inverse of x, and y as equals to x, to find the inverse of g of x now. Okay, let's move here. Let's do the substitution. In place of this x now, we put g inverse of x. So g inverse of x now will be equals to, anywhere we see y now, we replace it with what? X. That will be 3x plus 1 divided by 5. And this will be the solution to Roman numerals 1, because we are asked to find the g inverse of x. So this is the solution to Roman numerals 1. Let's move to the next question. The next question, we are asked to find the g inverse of f of x. G inverse of f of x means we pick the function f of x and plug it into g inverse of x. We have g inverse of x already from Roman numerals 1. So this will be easy to solve. Let's move here to achieve that. Okay. At this point, we pick the function f, which is giving us what? The function f is giving us f of x now is half of x plus 1. So we pick this function and substitute into g inverse. What does that mean? It means anywhere we see x in g inverse, which is this, we replace it as half of x plus 1. So it means g inverse of f of x now will be equals to, we pick the whole of this function now, we substitute into g inverse. Anywhere we see x here, we replace it as half of x plus 1. So this will now be 3 into, in place of this x, we put half of x plus 1, then plus 1 divided by 5. Okay, we can distribute this 3 over this. 3 times 1 and half of 3 times half of x, that will be 3 divided by 2x, plus 3 times 1, that will be 3 plus 1 divided by 5. Okay, let's move here because we're almost there uh, to solve for g inverse of x now. Let's work on our numerator here. We have 3 divided by 2x plus, we can say 3 plus 1 is 4. That will be 4 divided by 1. We can find the LCM here. The LCM of 2 and 1 is 2. 2 into 2 is 3, is 1. 2 into 2 is 1 rather, times 3. That will be 3x plus 1 into 2 is 2 times 4. That will be 8. So our numerator will be 3x plus 8 divided by 2. Then we have our denominator as 5. So we connect this. This will be 3x plus 8 divided by 2 divided by 5 over 1. We can write this as 3x plus 8 divided by 2 times 1 over 5. Finally, now, g inverse of f of x now will be equals to 3x plus 8. 2 times 5 is 10. So this will be the solution. 3x plus 8 divided by 10. Thank you for watching. Please do share this to your learning colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe to TJ Smarts and Further Math Adventures. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. In my next video, God's willing, we'll look at more examples under inverse of a function. First thing to do, just make x the subject of the relation and try to relate x to y and x to g inverse of x or f inverse of x as the case may be. Thank you for watching.